Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. This is your buddy Crypto Profit. And before we get started, I just want to make sure everyone knows that I am not a financial advisor and I do not give you guys any financial advice. I'm just giving you guys the newest and best and greatest crypto information while I explain my thoughts on each and every coin. So we're going to start out with the Coinbase prices. So we're going to have a long list here to review. But today, specifically, we're going to be going over the graph. And before we do that, I want to see that you guys register this in your mind here quickly. We got a 7.66% increase in the last 24 hours. So what does this mean? Well, it means that obviously all the prices have risen. And when I say all, I mean most of the prices have risen, as there are some outliers like Chainlink with the minus 4.68%, Litecoin with a 0.7% decrease, XRP with a minus 1.86%. But for the most part, you see things like Terra with a 12% increase, Theta with a 6% increase. You've got big increases like Binance Coin with a 12% increase. And then, you can go over here and we're going to check out the graph and see what that has done in the last 24 hours. And we're going to try to get a new price prediction for the graph by the end of March. So the graph is one of those very interesting coins, as it's actually a new listing on Coinbase as of December 16th. But as we go to the graph, we're going to see that it has that 3.56% increase in the last 24 hours. A very solid increase. As you can see, it actually started about 1.94. And now it's about that 201 mark. So you can actually see that had a height of about $2.21, which is actually pretty crazy. It definitely had a solid top off, and then it did kind of correct itself back down. But the graph is currently, in my opinion, very undervalued. If you see, the market cap is at 2.5 billion. The volume in the last 24 hours is 617 million, and the circulating supply is about 1.2 billion graph. So if we go to the week span, we're going to see about a 10% increase. And we go to the month, we're going to see a 90%. And the year, we're going to see that 1,867%. If we go to the about the graph here, I'm going to read you guys the description. If you don't know what the graph really is, it is an Ethereum token that powers the graph, a decentralized protocol for indexing and querying data from the blockchain. Just as Google indexes the web, the graph indexes blockchain data from networks like Ethereum and Filecoin. This data is grouped into open APIs called subgraphs that anyone can query. So this is what I actually love about Graph. Is it's a very, very unique coin. It doesn't have that basic idea of Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Chainlink even, or Polkadot, Cardano. It's got its own kind of idea behind the coin. It's not a coin really used as much for transactions. It's more of a coin that we just described there. So where do I see the graph? In a couple weeks, I see the graph pushing that $2.25 mark, as I do think most cryptocurrencies are going to go up in late March to early April. There may be a correction in the middle of March like there was last year at this time, but I definitely see early April, mid-March, it's going to be about that $2.50 range. And by the end of April, I could actually see it pushing that $3 range. As the graph, like I said, is a very unique coin. There's not too many coins trying to replicate its functions, and that kind of makes it speak for itself and really obtain value over the long period of time. So I just wanted to give you guys my quick price prediction on the graph. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any ideas on what you think will happen with the graph and where you think it'll go in the next 24 hours, or maybe in the week span or month span. Do you think it'll dip back down below the $2 mark for a very long time, or do you think it'll just dip back and gradually keep that increase going that we've seen over the last 24 hours, the week span, month span, year span, and basically since it's been released in December 16th, 2019, or sorry, 2020. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. And then also, if you want to do your own research, which I always suggest before investing in anything, you can always go to the official website and browse and really see what thegraph.com really has to offer, and it'll kind of explain a lot more about the graph in a lot more detail. Obviously, I went the quickest route, gave you guys the most basic details. But basically, you're going to be able to see a lot more of what it actually does and what the graph network really is trying to do. So this was my price prediction guide on the graph for the next few weeks to months, short-term cycle. I do see the graph in the next probably 3 or 4 years reaching that $10 mark possibly. It's definitely going to be about $5 for sure, and I could see it reaching the $10 mark in the long-term future, as I do see all coins for the most part reaching all-time highs in the 5 to 10 year dollar, or well, not dollar amount, but 5 to 10 year goal of most of these coins. So thanks again, guys, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to get more details on the graph and other coins just like it. See you guys in the next video.